Have you ever heard about the African civet? If not, then stay tuned till the end of this video to learn more about this amazing animal. Welcome back to our channel, your place for all the interesting information about the wild and wonderful world of animals. Today we will be discussing the African civet, but before we begin, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you won't miss any new updates. Let's start. The African civet is a fascinating creature that belongs to the family of Viveridae. These animals are related to mongooses and civets. Despite being called a civet, the African civet isn't technically a civet. Instead, it is the largest of the 4 African civet species. They are also sometimes referred to as African civets because they are the only members of their genus, Civettictis. Interestingly, the name civet comes from the French word for civet, which means fat or tallow. This is because civet is a thick, musky substance that these animals secrete. The African civet is a medium-sized carnivore with a stocky build. Its body length ranges between 47 and 67 centimeters, including a tail that measures around 38 to 56 centimeters. These animals typically weigh between 6 and 15 kilograms. As mentioned earlier, they have a distinctive black and white appearance. Their fur on the head and shoulders is usually black, while the rest of their body is white. They have a black mask-like facial pattern that gives them a rather peculiar look. And as we already know, African civets have scent glands located near their tail that produce a strong musky odor. These glands are larger in males than females, and the purpose of this odor is still not fully understood by scientists. However, it is believed to be used for marking territory and attracting mates. It has a noticeable effect on humans, but other animals might not perceive it in the same way. African civets have a lifespan of around 10 to 12 years in the wild. Like many other mammals, they are mostly active during the night and spend their days sleeping in hollowed-out trees, rock crevices, or underbrush. They are solitary creatures except when a female is giving birth. During the night, they become more active, venturing out to hunt for food. Now let's discuss the distribution and habitat of the African civet. As the name suggests, they can be found in sub-Saharan Africa, inhabiting various countries such as Angola, Benin, Cameroon, Central African Republic, Chad, Congo, Democratic Republic of the Congo, Ivory Coast, Ethiopia, Kenya, Liberia, Nigeria, Rwanda, South Africa, Tanzania, Uganda, and Zambia. African civets prefer tropical regions and can be found in lowland rainforests, coastal forests, swamps, and mountainous areas up to an altitude of 1,500 meters. They are also adaptable and can survive in drier savannas and grasslands as long as there is enough vegetation for cover and food. Moving on to the food and feeding habits of the African civet. As we know, they are omnivorous, meaning they eat both plant and animal matter. Their diet consists of fruit, insects, small vertebrates, and carrion. African civets are particularly fond of figs and will often feed on the fig tree. They also consume palm nuts, berries, and other fruits. In addition to their plant-based diet, they prey on insects, rodents, birds, snakes, and frogs. They use their excellent sense of smell to locate carrion and are known to scavenge dead animals. The African civet is an opportunistic feeder, and its diet varies depending on the availability of food sources and its habitat. Now let's talk about the reproduction of the African civet. These animals are polygamous, which means that males mate with multiple females. Females give birth after a gestation period of around 65 to 70 days. Typically, a litter consists of 1 to 4 cubs, but in rare cases, there can be up to 6 cubs. The cubs are born with their eyes closed and are completely dependent on their mother for the first few months of their lives. They are weaned onto solid food at around 3 months old and reach sexual maturity at the age of 1 year. African civet mothers are fiercely protective of their young and will defend them from predators if necessary. Now let's discuss some of the predators of the African civet. As we have seen, African civets are nocturnal, which helps them avoid daytime predators such as eagles, leopards, and pythons. However, they can still fall prey to these predators, especially if they are caught off guard. Leopards have been known to hunt African civets, and pythons can ambush them while they are scavenging on carcasses. In addition to these large predators, African civets can also be hunted by smaller predators such as jackals, hyenas, and mongooses. Sometimes other African civets may attack them. African civets are not typically targeted by humans unless they are hunted for their fur or meat. However, they can sometimes be killed as a result of human activities such as habitat destruction and road traffic. As mentioned earlier, African civets play an important role in seed dispersal. Their diet, which includes a variety of fruits, allows them to consume and disperse seeds over a wide area. This helps to regenerate forests and maintain biodiversity. African civets also help control insect populations by feeding on insects and their larvae. Their presence can help keep insect populations under control and protect crops and livestock from insect-borne diseases. Furthermore, African civets are a source of income and employment for people involved in the wildlife industry. They can be found in zoos, game reserves, and wildlife sanctuaries, providing opportunities for tourism and education. By protecting African civets and their habitats, we can help ensure the continuation of these benefits for future generations. Finally, let's discuss the conservation status of the African civet. According to the International Union for Conservation of Nature, or IUCN, the African civet is currently listed as a species of least concern. This means that while the African civet is not currently endangered, it may face a high risk of extinction in the future. One of the main threats to African civets is habitat loss. As human populations grow and expand their agricultural land, the natural habitats of African civets are being destroyed. This makes it more difficult for African civets to find food and shelter, which can lead to population declines. Another threat to African civets is poaching. Poachers may hunt African civets for their fur or meat, or they may be caught in traps set for other animals. Additionally, African civets can sometimes be kept as pets in some countries, which can contribute to their decline in the wild if they are captured from the wild to meet this demand. There are some conservation efforts underway to protect African civets and their habitats, such as habitat restoration projects and anti-poaching initiatives. Additionally, raising awareness about the importance of African civets and the threats they face can help to prevent their decline. And that's all for today's video. What did you think? Let us know in the comments section below. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you won't miss any new videos. See you next time.